see here, they're trying to finish for a split towards this A site.
Interesting to see they're back to this Zellsis alone in mid. We heard Kaplan talking about how that was sometimes an avenue teams would take to beat mid and take the map away. So they started giving him help from johnqt and others from a distance. Here they go back to it, and it seems like G2 will take that mid space, will take heaven, but Zekken, ever so quiet, could be the one to start the round, and he does pop off with 2 fast ghost shots. Now they're trying to sort out where the rest of the members of G2 could be. They've creeped in so quietly, and now they have the site to themselves.
Tried to fake plan at the beginning to see if a swing from Sentinel is going to come out.
Oh, Zellsis. Oh, he gets him. Util out. The timing is there. Narrate through the paranoia. Gets the right click that counts. And now it's up to Trent. The post plant, the reason they have the Teo.
Now trying to go on to this tap. Trent trying to move forward. Bang onto that tap. The swing for the first tap. And now the swing. He's sticking it out so far into the spike and gets the full diffuse. Quite often successful with the stinger by, and now attempting to rush towards his B site.
That TP's back to A. jawgemo to the back of the site, but Bang is very much so ready. Gonna get swarmed, and he wants to go for more. Thinking he may have the positioning. Very fast move from Sentinels here to reposition and get set up for the protocol and retake.
They're staying as a group, closing the gap. Could be very deadly against the retake of Sentinels, who only has a judge on Zellsis too as a weak weapon.
The W key has been a huge advantage for G2 on this one. They just pushed right into the site, running over anything that was in front of them. This is where the Stingers may fall flat, though, to the Bulldog on the other side of the swing of Sentinels coming through as a team. And it's going to be a find, and it's going to be a kill for Zellsis.
They're ready for it. They got 3 players out here.
So close. This is going to be tough. I don't know if they can both get out of this. No, they cannot. G2 pressing in so fast, and it was Sentinels in just that awkward window in timing. It's like G2 is going to be trying to do this the entire time. They play a little bit slower. They find where they can get through the armor of their opponent, and then it just looks so easy once they get the spike down.
Still good util for Sentinels, though, to move back into the site. Bulldogs being picked up. They have salvos and paranoia to start flooding towards the elbow.
Pop flash from jawgemo to see if they can retake this space, but nobody's engaged enough for him to want to take it. I think they back up here.
Maybe try to find exits, though. Zellsis only has his Bulldog, so he's going to be the one moving forward. johnqt is going to fall back and save.
Double peek. He's just waiting. He doesn't want to give it away now. And then sees 2 on the other side. Jonah will take that, and you can jawgemo just
without getting too much information. And speaking of information, you start with the dimensional drift. A flash to come across.
Oh my gosh. Just straight
back towards the spawn. What type of moves are they going to do here on the defense? And they react to it. So far, reacting correctly. Moving inside this B side. It's open for now. It's been stalled a bit by some counter salvos out from Sentinel's side. And finally, JonahP is going in for the plant.
Planted.
They get that down. G2 becomes so much stronger in this position. You already see Trent starting to back up. Armageddon could come in just a few of these kills, but he's got the salvos first. The retaliation now. They try to stop the entry back into the site. Sentinel's still thinking of which way to get in, and they cannot cover each other on these shots. They're trying to catch the opponent off guard. Sentinels react really nice. They still have an anchor on the site, but do they know about jawgemo? Do they know about jawgemo? Rolling Thunder comes out, but it's already been routed on the back side of the site. This leaves John in such a tough spot now. Pincered down, and the rest of Sentinels picked, again, just deja vu. 2 outside the site.
Counter on the map, and then move as a group, but this time have shields, regen shields. They want to fight this right away.
Flying through. Narrate opens up big, though. Quickly traded back by valyn. The smoker, the controller, the IGL. Right at the front of the line to start this one is Seconds trying to get into a spot that can win this round back. It's already being waited on by Leaf, though. Almost 3 they get on different levels, and the drone also makes it indecisive for where to put the shot.
And they're trying to flip. So the IGL pushes down towards the screens, and he's trying to find an opening. Beg's waiting for him.
Hops right into sight. Zekken's gonna give everybody a little UAV situation. 2 from screens. They start to hop back in.
Nice stun.
The swings aren't happening together, though. Almost these 1v1s being created. Trent from the outside. ready to hit that aggression from screens, and it's just Sentinels falling like flies on this one. One left, bang, trying to do what he can. Too much surrounding him, though.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, Jonqt.
Time and
JonahP.
Trent.
John and Jonah. The shots come through,
He
and
has
Trent.
nothing else to work with for the map.
Oh. A little bit of a learning round, too, here for G2 as they use Dimensional Drift. They see if Sentinels off that timeout would it retaliate on an A play like that. I like this. I like this. Sentinels, though, have their own strategy ready for it. Zellsis, oh, he is just not having fun with the salvos today. Trent has his number. Clone in, or drone in, narrate takes down Jog. That's actually a huge one to be getting right now if Sentinels can just slow this down and take a breath.
But Plant now has Rolling Thunder available here for JonahP.
Oh, fault line should just go right past Valyn. They could work off this together. Zekken waiting very far out. There's one last one they could hopefully get in. Oh, they smoke off actually where Zekken's going. Kind of pulling the attention of G2 away from that for a moment. The kills now towards sight, towards elbow. It's going to be...
Rolling Thunder and Pit are huge now for G2. So Sentinel's not fully out of this yet.
This B Heaven strat is so fast for G2. They teleport right in the mail room twice with Omen and Yoru. It's so hard to not get overrun by something like that. But now Heaven controls a little bit faster for Sentinel side. That's the change on this round. They didn't have this before. Oh, the timing! And it's actually going to be just low on jawgemo's shot. Zekken retaliates beautifully with that shot flicked downward as the sight trades come in strong. They do find Zekken towards the top as Valyn tries to reorganize where he can be and what will be the safest in this 2v2 or 2v3.
Big flank from Zellsis.
Just looked away, the timing's there! Chooses the wrong target and Valyn hits his.
Now they can take their time though for G2. Valyn they're from the shadows. So if it has to come down to these trades where it might not work out for them, he could always TP away with the spike on his back.
30 seconds left.
They're gonna have to keep Sentinels guessing and force them
this
to peek out.
This smoke is crazy.
Didn't see him, just snuck through. But with that though, if the spike comes for a plant, Jonqt has his salvo, so they want to dodge off that first.
All right, they're just
faked.
Yeah, double fake. Just getting everything they can out.
10 seconds left.
Plant for Trent so he can get another point towards Armageddon, and they get to post-plant position here.
And the TP was just to get Jonqt away, so he can't really get in range for the salvos to delay the plant on B.
One shot from Trent. They saw it. They know where Bang is. Easy play here. Trent backs up as far as possible, making it almost... Yeah, Armageddon comes through. You're not even going to get a chance to get onto this spike yet. Next tick gets the salvos, and you still have Valyn just around the outside playing a little game of cat and mouse here with Bang. The final shots. They even play that on Icebox too. And they have Trent for Sova. Wait, these shots coming out immediately. The speed on A again. Sentinels forego attacking this for a few rounds and then try to deliver the punch once again here up a member after the fight.
But under Paul, Sentinels doesn't seem to have had the best conversions and man advantages. G2 walking in for the contact, spotted by Narrate.
Smart play by Narrate, beautiful flash, beautiful teamwork. Bit of an extended high-low there, but they do lose each other as G2 figures out the play.
2v2, drone still available. That's going to spot Jonqt towards the screen, so they isolated one. Zellsis still has a window to surprise one, and now they just got both spotted.
Player standing.
Up to Trent. Zellsis, we talked about winning so many clutches previously before. Can Trent, however, have the firepower for two of these members? Oh my God!
Little one-way smoke to see if he could spot some feet.
Oh, he knows, but he doesn't have the aim anymore. Not just aesthetic on that one, and Zekken comes in with one of the kills. It looks like G2 is actually trying to swarm the site, get in there to help Leaf, but do they need to help Leaf that much? He gets sorted out.
Or stop Sentinels on the hit.
Jeez. Even that activation you saw coming from Narrate, that was from mid, that fault line we just watched jawgemo jump out of. So they're trying to activate from across the map. Leaf ready to deliver the mail, and he gets one down. That's going to be too far for the Bucky, but the Stinger comes out strong. Another headshot coming through.
Time to jump.
We see JonahP go down as zekken finally answers the situation. They have to limp into the site now. Actually, not too bad. zekken's still pretty healthy off that engage.
Last player standing.
Oh, and heck of a swing there for G2 trying to combo that. It's up to valyn now.
30 seconds.
Almost won
Oh
the
my.
second. He's got the distance. Classic. Oh,
Just let
he's-
them run into you and get these picks. And zekken, thankfully, with that last kill, and the clutch is able to get some information for Sentinels to activate towards this A site behind a dimensional drift.
I'm back.
He's in the site. zekken is definitely spicing up things on the map right now, but G2 has kept him at bay from what his performance was yesterday. That's for sure. Let's see if they can get themselves back into the action here. A really nice site take towards A. Sentinels kind of has to stop giving G2 that respect. We hear a lot of teams say it. You just got to move a bit faster, more aggressive, and Bang is all over that.
All missiles away.
Into sight. Tempered engage for now as G2 drops in for a moment. There's so much util to be fighting in the orb. The fight in the smoke, or rather the wall, as Leaf and valyn are just taking down the members trying to enter into the site, bottlenecked as they try to get through here.
No time.
And that's going to be round 11. Movement from G2. They're not buying that a distraction just yet. jawgemo hopefully getting the drone work. Drone on drone action. Ships in the night crossing. Now they just sit behind the column. The util keeps them protected for now, but jawgemo is trying to let them know where is the in the window to get back into this. Leaf's in sight. So's valyn. So's Jog. They just
All of that information from a fault line to stall. The salvos to push them off the spike plant. And then also to just
plays. Stinger by for what could be the final round here as Sentinels try to keep themselves alive, and Leaf just snuffs zekken as he sprints up mid.
And that's what makes it annoying, trying to play a judge inside mail. Thankfully, those Sentinels have control of B site, but they're fighting with Stingers long range.
Bang playing a bit of a game, but knows it's death at the top of that rope as he bounces back into sight. 5v3, or if you're looking from Sen, the 3v5, as they have to hold this one. Signatures are up, more smokes there for valyn as they can create their own angles that they want to be looking at when they re-enter the site. Just waiting on the go button here. You can see valyn discussing what the next moves are. They're very happy to see those Tejo salvos. I think that's going to pretty much activate what they want to do here. Just a 1-2. Where's the third? The punch comes across, but it's not going to be enough just yet. Trent gets another salvo kill here on Split as they end it out. It's going to be 13 to
where the defense could be. But it's a full setup for G2. Leaf has set his turret up towards this B site just to try to get early information. The pressure's coming towards mid and Sen, so they can try to go for this pinch in the back.
already around yellow. Sentinels moving quite quick, but do they know how many will be around?
Yeah.
The flank splits up. valyn with two. Classic. Easy as they just come around the corner all willy-nilly on the side of Sen. But Zellsis is able to push forward. Everybody's getting a little tricky here as they don't know where the full capacity of each team is, but they're still trying to seek each other out. One more trade goes through, and very low health here for G2 to get back into the site.
Hilo is too good at the start for G2. Both players or Sentinels are isolated, though.
Oh,
Enemy remaining.
just gooped on there, and they have to get now to johnqt. Takes down one, turns,
In
almost
this
gets...
round to try to tie things up. But look at this push from G2.
Was expected on both sides. Bang is so ready in a third one.
Ammunition.
Trent knows there's going to be more of a fight here. He has to get out safe somehow. That swing, Bang finds a third kill and is going to get a fourth point for the ultimate on this round. Leaf is getting pretty close pretty quick here. Not waiting for the team, he just goes for the swing. That was an abrupt Stinger swing for sure. And now we'll just see if they can take down Jog here as he gets the defuse. A nice round for Sentinels.
Yeah, trying to do as much damage as possible, pop damage, so that jawgemo can get one shots across the board. That
Yeah.
would take down actually 3 of them. There's that first with a headshot. Trent has been doing with the salvos at the very beginning. We'll talk that point in a little bit here because zekken is looking for control and for some space in front of this A site.
Pushed up so far here, just on the other side of the wall. One smoke pops, doesn't get a headshot off of that wall diagonal. And they just reset, but it's all about Bang right now and how much info he can grab in this position. Inserted so far into kitchen.
That's so nice.
They're not even thinking about it. Oh, there's the timing. Oh, Leaf turns at just the last moment. You have to be kidding. And now they're forced to push into sight. G2 know they have a lock on where the rest of the members are, basically. And they are going to give them space before the retake. Oh, yep. How many spams? How many shots? This smoke. They try to break the smoke without any utility. And just on the other side, Sentinels waits with open arms. They could stall on both sides with this. Does Leaf answer right away? He's actually on the outside, so they're going to wait, use their lockdown for retake from the side of G2. And we're just going to get a breathing moment here as the team set up for sight.
Still not too sure yet with this lockdown that was placed down by Leaf. Because they could just wait this out for Sentinel. The wall could come back up, then they have to pit for the pulse plant.
I thought that was going to be coming in much later. Zellsis' kill comes in now onto Trent, though. They're waiting patiently for Zekken and the team to push through. They know Sentinels want to take a bit more space here. It's going to be tough to all hide on that B main, and valyn starts to collect another head on this. Sentinels falling left and right as Leaf finds another, a third, and possibly a fourth.
From Leaf.
Man, you just see how sorted they had Sentinels. How many members of Sentinels? Pipes at A. So it's almost going to have to be a reset for these signatures. The salvo is the skills.
Ooh. This is the biggest fight right here.
Faked him out with the up and down on the wall. JonahP gets a beautiful kill on the lurk, but they still have to worry about Bang making his way towards middle. Seems like G2 already has A sorted, and it should not be a problem for the time being.
I mean, you've lost all that space towards the garage, and now you're wasting time too, staying as a group, and Jonah still has a snake bite to work with.
Left.
So if they're trying to push and engage back towards B main, he could still stall and delay. Walking towards middle, the alarm bot's gonna come up, and G2 should be ready for this still.
They just drone towards A. So G2 should know they can all start to rotate out. Yep, finding themselves the clear here. Oh no, he puts his weapon away! Narrate goes for the util, Bang and johnqt on lap, and Captain's like, wait, we need to do this, we need to do this. Like G2 may be feeling different, and Sen needs to shut that down now and find their momentum, find their flow state. Leaf starts off here with a first blood, but Bang answers back, or Bang gets answered rather. Still the fight towards B. Drones clears. This would be the back and forth that Sentinels need here. They need to stop this economy of G2 and get themselves back in. Is it this star? Yes. What star do you aim at? What star? Throwing MAÇ over towards the spike. No, over towards back, so they get dispersed from hiding on yellow. It almost works. Sentinels is so very close, though, for the unknown here. Ooh. Oh my gosh, Zellsis goes down. The paranoia kind of locking him in, I think, for a second, not realizing what the situation was.
And that's a spike too. Now being picked up, but Zekken cannot really TP away, so it forces Sentinels to push inside
Not
B.
again, not again. Keep the guns out, Narrate. He goes down, 2 bullets left for JonahP. Again, he still peeks, held just over the shoulder as Sentinels try to reorganize. How do they get back in? Bang looking for that opening kill.
This is gonna be so difficult. They have Reckoning right away from valyn. He gets dropped, but they're still at a 2-player advantage for G2.
Tried to play the up and down wall. johnqt in a great position here. He's pressed a little bit forward, but they can't really help each other in this situation. It's gonna take solo star power from the positions they're in. Leaf on one, and the second one's not gonna make it. The dance around from jawgemo. But beautiful insert positioning. Sentinels knows they don't have any of that coverage behind. They'll be forced to work forward, but I feel like they're almost good, not almost, but they're almost ready for this position a lot of the times, and good in the situation. Firing the Armageddon towards the backside. Well, they know they're gonna have sight with Armageddon. G2 won't play in sight for that pain, but they will answer back.
Plant still goes down though and missed.
Ooh.
Towards the front of Jenny.
Haven't seen that plant in a long time. It's easy to post plant, but oh my God, they're not even gonna have to try. Wondering what's gonna be coming out of A. The entire team actually not buying this so far, Vans.
TP for the A site plant. Zellsis has a huge responsibility to try to get this pick if they're trying to flood back in.
Oh, the #1 job right now. They're not even going to try. They don't know who's actually made it in off the timing, so G2 just go for a regular post-plant retake. The 5v5 is going to occur here for the last round of our first half. Oh, jazz hands. Half defuse doesn't get hit. There's going to be some utility coming out here. jawgemo answers with 1, and we stay at half. 2v4. It's G2 trying to get these members back into the site as they're getting swarmed by Sentinels now, and it's just looking like too much for G2 to overcome. But JonahP has 1.
And they're expecting some sort of a pump back towards mid. But unfortunately for them, it's a wrong call for now.
Salvo's in a ghost. Secondary wall goes up, and they've really already taken that zone 1 of space here, so no problem. Of course, valyn will go ahead and connect with the narrate to start off on his pistol round, and that's huge. The Gecko util for retake is one of the biggest things you're going to want to have if you're bringing that to Icebox now, and it's gone for Sen.
Definitely say their team like 100 Thieves on this map when they had that Gecko for the defuse, or the wingman for the defuse, rather. But this time around, you have to force the body on it.
Swinging in, valyn with 2 on the round, but he goes down, done his job for sure. But Bang, johnqt, and zekken are ready. Half defuse puts him in a pretty good spot here, but they still have to source out the rest of the members of G2. Very, very close. Oh, they can't get it. Leaf goes in and gives him a hug. The knife kill to come out as well, and it's not 2 of them to take down to 30 seconds in the round to make this hit. Dizzy on Dizzy. I think both get shot on that, so they really don't get too much information, but it's jawgemo trying to go high. Bang's ready for 2 as he fires low, then high for that elevation change, and Sentinels eye on the prize here. Hit all their shots.
Spikes down on top of pipes. It's so hard to go get, and you already have a double flank from Sentinels.
Ooh.
These are grouped for G2.
Tries to get in early. Oh, he gets denied again. G2, so many good reads on these plays that would completely stop what your opponent is doing. Reckoning's gonna start dislodging the site just a little bit. We've already had 1 frag go down as jawgemo makes it 2, 1 for each side now as Thrash is ready to pounce. Oh, it went too far, but he's gonna be saved by valyn. The teamwork is huge for G2, but Sentinels start to come back in. The 1v1 power that they can show, this prowess to get back in and make sure the clutch is theirs.
valyn salvos are down for now and just came back up. So Leaf is the one that has to stay alive here.
Oh, the tap just misses. Bang gives it another sidestep. Almost the 1-2 for Trent.
It's not half.
He's been so good in these situations, Vansili. He's been so good in these situations, Vansili. Can he do it again? Half didn't even get hit. And he pulls out again!
Smoke is pretty good, though. jawgemo couldn't get this kill onto the defense on the left side of the A site. And right now, it seems that G2 wants to pivot a lot towards this A site, and that's spiked down, though, with this kill from Zekken.
Again, spikes up top, so now they can easily keep a focus on somebody having to get towards belt. Yeah, Zekken gives that up. They're not worried about just getting 1 shot. Spike getting picked up isn't worth losing another member here, so they reset, and now Sentinels enjoy knowing where the spike is. Have this good push into the pit. This B long fight's getting a little weird. Oh, Bang! Absurd. Absurd play from Bang. And they creep in. G2 is in the 3rd or 4th page of the strat book for this one. They've got to pull out everything with what they've lost.
And Sentinels gave up the A site
30
after
seconds left.
JonahP died. You saw here that they were just playing inserts. The idea was just to get JonahP up and try to break the turret so they could rework the map. But Sentinels gave up the A site, allowing G2 to turn it back in their favor.
johnqt, pretty full on util here. Doesn't have the drone, so they can get back in with a bit of the concuss. But valyn just on the other side of the wall to play cat and mouse, and Zellsis finds 1.
My ultimate is ready.
A bit of util. Yeah, Leaf is chocked full of util right now. Still has a molly to put on the spike as well.
And with this lockdown, Trent is just waiting so he can try to fall back with a few seconds left, potentially, so he could use the salvos.
Moving forward. They're actually trying to play this one a little different, Vansili. They want to play different high-low. Oh, the separation and the angles, though, could make this so tough. That's 1. It gets traded, but it's behind Trent now. Could he do it again? No, John! He's trying to play some timing. Waiting off the util. It's 1. Armageddon comes through, and he tries to play within the fight. Zellsis picks up another one across the map as well here. jawgemo's taking damage from this quite a bit. And now it's just trying to run the spike back, see if they can get to Leaf, and if Leaf can hold site solo.
Bang was waiting at that spot. I don't think they heard the jump. So Leaf could actually bring the surprise.
Yeah, and they'll have wingman plant, so two watching the angles if they need it.
Coming back.
Whoa.
Almost caught with util, and that could have been dangerous, but
Yeah.
both players now for G2 in the pulse plan are lower on HP.
That's an inside the site plant, really. You can play a little bit far back on that, but it's got to be towards mains. You can't play up top, and that, I think, just missed. Doesn't matter, though. Zellsis with the Outlaw finds a third one here.
This A site, and there's 4 players of Sentinels here.
They are not allowing Pipes control. It takes a lot to be able to guard this, right? You are dedicating most of your team if you want to defend this position right off the bat. And Sentinels, they have stacked it. Oh, yeah, saw an elbow there. Trent pushing forward. They don't know where G2 can come from them. How much scaling G2 has already done, and Leaf answers back. For this round, G2 feeling pretty good about the positioning, but still pretty hurt here to move through.
Only one person unaccounted for, and that was Leaf, and he's able to open up everything here for
Yeah.
G2 to trade back and get the player advantage.
Ooh, a quick thrash so he can pick it back up. Defuse, plant dizzy.
Last player standing.
Rinse and repeat. Spike actually went down for that, so... Yeah, they're playing pretty far up for lockdown and reckoning here. One will start to push them back. Just on the left side of that mosh, not going to be enough. To see if they can get themselves in here. Yeah, there's the reckoning. It's actually going to chase Sentinels all the way out, back down the stairs, into their spawn. And those circles can be seen here by G2 as they move in. You can see the focus right up towards screens and up towards that catwalk.
Interesting plan all the way in the back corner. I don't know if there was a misclick, but
I mean, this is good util. You can easily throw some things in here like JonahP's. Oh no, Viper's his actually just went down. Wait, they're fighting in this right now. Viper's pit there.
Zellsis is defusing.
It's gonna be at 75%, goes down. That's gonna be at half now. Shots coming in from Narrate. He's up top trying to play the jungle gym. Can he swing down? Oh my God, the Cove. It's the only thing that separates them as they stand.
But you definitely did have to force players to swing out towards Nest, to swing out towards Pipes.
Yeah.
Oh, back in
we're
the action
in
though.
it. Yeah, okay, there we go. He shot Valyn that time. Jonqt on point here. And they've moved the utility back for Sentinels. They don't think that A push is coming anymore from G2, and it seems like they've got a pretty good read on it here. And G2 now without Valyn only have to use JonahP's walls to get themselves in.
So low on HP is JonahP.
Yeah.
You need Trent to stay alive here. That's probably the silver lining to keep G2 back in the game. If it's not going to be for the post plant, at least to open up the site towards A. Instead, G2 are playing contact. They're playing very passively because all of Sentinels were leaning towards middle with a triple swing in the very beginning.
Toxins going up.
Finished.
That's a big kill.
G2, on these silent rounds, you got to give them credit. They get into some real crazy spots.
And Zellsis had so much value on flanks in the past, and he's fighting against Trent. That's the silver line. That's what's needed for G2 to stay alive and to win this round.
Zellsis 1v1s have been spectacular here, but it's two. He's going to have to come up big. There's the first one. Trent's going to turn, but he's going to have a second. Now the third, and it's not enough. Trent with the stinger. Close range is just too much, but it's the post-plant king here. Tejo, Trent, ready to lock this round down. Armageddon's already passed. One shot comes through. It can't be traded back by Zekken. But it is Zekken versus Trent. He delays more time now, just trying to put the pressure on to Zekken. Is it possible? Firing to the left, doesn't know he's to the right. Zekken looks like he's got the defuse on Trent's defense is already starting to lean.
30 seconds left.
Whoa. Zekken takes the spike out. That's not going to be the ult point jawgemo wanted for the thrash. They deny it, and he's not going to be able to use it.
Down B.
Huge kill, Zekken and Zellsis. The two Zs coming up big to stop that site take, and now the lurk in from Valyn. It seems like they have an idea of where every member is, and Zellsis is going to be able to get a lockdown on that too. Another one from Zekken before he falls, and it looks all too good here for Sentinels. The shot for
Vice wall in the very beginning here, and you're already playing all site here for Zellsis.
all the way up. jawgemo jumps forward. The rotation still coming in from Leaf, so G2 are very much set up here. It's the find, blind, and kill game for Sentinels as they get themselves prepped to get back into sight. All that util they could want is really here. 0 point is first. Oh man, not seeing too many on that. They know it's got to be an A main hold, and they can take out the site. they should feel pretty comfortable getting back in. Oh, the swing through the smokes. It's going to be for Sentinels right now, and it is just Sentinels
Last player
taking
standing.
out G2 left and right. Trent still post plant. Where else would he be? When else would it be on the round?
But I think he's main.
They're looking main because that's where the left shot was. Oh!
G2 in a fight towards B main.
What else would it be? A blood-hungry G2 on a stinger by second round. You have to expect it, and it's not expected from Sentinels. They get overwhelmed at B. Zekken even tries to peek out to do a solo shot, which would be a full team of G2 looking at him, and he gets the safety somehow with that dash.
Almost landed that shot with the outlaw, but
Yeah.
now you have a player advantage out for G2 in the post plant. This time Trent is stuck inside the site, but they are closing that gap. Look at how close they are towards his staircase. Not too many chances to flood back in. You do have Paranoia and double flash though from Bang and johnqt that could potentially open things up, and no, not yet.
Leaf is already coming through market right now. They just heard him, but it's not going to be enough.
Now you have a minute left, so you can work this site for the side of G2.
Jeez, johnqt shuts
Wide
it down
kill.
for now. They got a bottleneck through these spots into the site here. And G2 is trying to figure out how they do that. It looks like it's just going to be dry on this one. Not much util to be used here at the second entry. Tejo's salvos just making them run silly on the side of G2 as Bang cleans up 3 with that site
So I'm
anchor.
not using a refract to try to break the wall. It's just jawgemo jumping across. You need to leverage now his refract for the actual information gathering into the B site.
Be right back.
Oh. And he's ready.
My
He's
God.
ready.
Spike down.
They tried to get Narrate last time. He comes out on top, and it's not going to be a problem the second time. jawgemo, after 2, is finally able to sit Narrate down, but there's backup. There's johnqt, and being low on HP means they back up. Sights are held. There is no reason to try to get a push here as your number's up.
And that's the thing here. You're playing
30
against
seconds
Sentinels.
left.
If you're going to miss a couple of shots here, you're going to lose that duel no matter what. Narrate clean on those 2 shots to hold and anchor up the back of this defender spawn.
One
With
enemy
18
remaining.
seconds left, Spike is down.
Spike down.
Leaf potentially has no choice but to save.
Oh, second hit. It was perfect. And they're actually drawing him to
Paranoia?
the top side of mid there. The shots coming from Zellsis were so good to draw jawgemo's attention. And they want a little bit more towards mid. Zekken knows it only goes so far to peak numbers up, and they get back to safety.
Seems like we waited a little bit too long there for G2 to run through that smoke. Catwalk was open. It allows here Sentinels to get the Paranoia and pinch.
One enemy remaining.
Now it's
Okay,
gonna mention a flawless, but it's Valyn in a 1v5.
Valyn,
Dragon IGL.
1v5, and he has the site to himself here. B site can be tricky enough to get this win. He plants close to stairs, which means aggression? No, okay, he stays in sight. Just TP stores the back. 1 Paranoia and a smoke in 2 to create the angles that he wants.
Not the best spot to be though. Narrate has Armageddon
Yeah.
salvos.
He's pinned himself. The tough part about this is you have to swing across the doorway once you get that initial fight, which gives your opponent that opening. I don't think he was seeing that first time. Yeah, they're looking right at him. Oh, he gets hit by the concuss. Half coming through, but he has the angle for the 1v1 on the left side here. He's waiting for the peek first. That's going to be the defuse coming through. Straightforward. Zekken trying to be the spearhead once again. Bang starts off onto jawgemo, starting this
Over
round.
back towards the A site where Zellsis will get tested.
Thorns down.
Backs up, plays it safe. You can already see just across him is johnqt ready to help with that high-low. Man, what a stall here. This is going to put G2 back on 30 seconds. Are they in control is the question, as they now have to
30
consider
seconds
mid is not the play. They only leave Leaf, but they're losing people on Cat.
Uh-oh. They're losing people everywhere for G2.
Falling like dominoes on this one. JonahP is able to get
Refract, and there's going to be a player swinging behind. It's almost playing against a Yoru when they're going to the dimensional drift.
Armageddon back, but they've hardly cleared sight with the util to get in for
Look at
G2.
that.
Narrate's just able to stand there. They do finally trade from tree. It's going to be a bit of chaos, and G2 thrive right now as they head to site, but the retake potential still there. johnqt's knife. Zekken with full util.
This time, no flash to johnqt though.
That's right.
Post plant crossfire setup would be good, but now they're leaving jawgemo alone on site.
And this is the question. Is it just a post plant that they can't get through, or can Sen break apart G2 here?
That's such a big knife. They know now that there's 2 players playing towards main.
That's 2 kills, 1 on each side. Zellsis, however, is able to trade this and make it uneven. Trent, the one we were wondering about, is versus the 2 shooters for Sentinels here. Zellsis is going to be the first contact, and it's not going to be enough, but second!
Right. And Trent can stay in range to use his salvos to help the hit.
jawgemo start off this first blood. It's going to be valyn that actually gets Bang out of his anchor position. Something very hard. The spam goes through! And zekken unknown again with the phantom through the smoke. They give the sight for a moment. zekken checks the back. Oh, we didn't see him. But Trent did. And that could be the play as Trent makes this call.
He needs to find a timing, though. Has to go for the backstab. He's not going to play the salvos.
He missed.
Misses!
He missed. They found him and took him out! No, but it's going to be JonahP. Can JonahP save the round is the question. johnqt
Responsibility now that could get stopped by salvos towards the end. And it starts, and you're able to dash away. Thankfully here, no trap play from G2. That will stop Sentinels for now.
Flashes on both sides. A good lurk by Zellsis here. They're going to have to be very careful about that as Sentinels start to move into the site. Narrate has broken the defensive line. Zellsis starts off with Trent, so they won't have that initiator utility to get back in. And that kind of activates G2 to move a little bit faster. It pays off for the moment, but will it pay off for the round win? Bang here versus Leaf. Making the noise. Leaf has a lockdown on his position because of that movement, but he gets the safety now as Leaf goes for the short peek and resets himself at the top of the site, following in the footsteps of Bang here to get a ghost.
Riker Classic to close the gap.
At 10-2, this is an incredibly pivotal pistol round here for G2 to win this. It is on Leaf, lower in HP, better in weaponry. Trying to get this final kill as he's gonna have to push soon to get that timing on the spike. Just right clicks coming out, and Leaf could do the exact amount of damage they need. Straightforward, zekken tries to basically pull the jawgemo away. There's no smoke, there's no kill to be had there. Now the refract is right there, but it's still enough time for Leaf to capitalize on the window. The Stingers, how are they just too much for Sen every time? And no being shut down by Sen. You just get that inkling where you want to make that impact, and he does. Drops zekken, and that's going to bring the heart rate up. The rest of the fire comes through, and it's going to be too much in mid as Jaw goes for another peek there.
He'll take that to start, though. A nice little saturate combination towards the fridge. Punishes 2 players there. No more dashes. No more salvo utility to open up the site. Now they have to work towards middle, and johnqt starts things up well.
Hardly even saw him on that shot. John is feeling it right now. Almost look for another one. Sees the elbow. And this fight's just going to be a 1v1 by them as Zellsis goes down to Trent here on that push. So you played their pistol round. We know you're going to be lurking this late into the round, Zellsis.
Enemy remaining.
Man,
Down, B.
G2 just seem to have a lockdown here. Once they have early momentum in the round, so confident in these trades.
Oh, somehow made it alive without being stunned.
Saw him drop out.
Oh, you're so pinned.
You have it working on that A main, which means they can keep focusing this mid, and they have the right idea.
And he's playing towards this area so that if there's a lot of pressure, he can actually throw the Razor Vines. Or the Vise ult, which is perfect here to saw some players down.
Narrate stubs his toe on the Armageddon. Walked right into that thinking it was going to be just soon enough that it left. johnqt answers, but jawgemo hits the sliver shot. Not a chance for Zellsis to return that. Now they just search for John. Take him out.
And the walls just slightly forward up. Already Razor Vines playing counter.
Oh, zekken in first. Been kind of quiet on these past few rounds here. Shut down by G2, but now awake here on round 19. And that null command is going to give them a good amount of space here to hit this round. A big lurk from Zellsis could get some tags on people, but I think his timing is already the same as johnqt, so not really much lurk anymore.
Oh, he got blinded too. Could move in somehow. Oh, G2's turning it around.
The distraction, he jumps in, has the off, so he's not going to be providing too much unless he's up top on Heaven like that. And now it's the 3v2.
Oh my.
G2 are closing in on Sen. And G2 are ready for the 1 minute take. There goes the smoke towards A main to already slow. valyn is prepped. The 0 point starts to come out. They actually get tagged. zekken takes one down, but JonahP answers with 2, and Tree is done. The pincer move is no longer there, and what's in sight has to hit like a brick. It does not.
Oh, the wall bang!
It does not. johnqt coming up with 2. Sentinels feeling the pain on this one as they cannot get to the site with the spike. G2 just too strong.
30
Safety here
seconds
for
left.
johnqt.
Oh, this is dangerous, though.
Oh, the shorty just on his right. Will he think to check it? Looks into sight first. That's two from Leap. Bit of a mid push is coming. They got the drone out. This is the time Sentinels have a step ahead of the play and one where they can start to come back. Let's see how G2 reacts.
And somehow with a stinger by 2, but identifying that wall, they know that they have a clear path moving towards the A site. No walls to stop them, and Zellsis places a nice wall for the post plant.
Oh, all 5 heaven. They are gonna waterfall into sight. They gotta be ready. The paranoia
my
comes
God.
out. jawgemo hits one. Already able to just spread out onto heaven here. The trades are in favor of Sentinels to start. jawgemo can't find that position to jump in just yet. The door's broken and they need that extra attack point. There it is. They draw the door focus. Beautifully done. They're working it all together.
For Sentinels, a stack towards hell, but wasn't enough to go for the ping pong swings to fight back against the retake of G2. And again, it's engaged and initiated by jawgemo. And they're trying to add a fight into main again.
Valyn and team pop flash out. They're gonna get the win here onto Sentinels, and they're going for the throat. Sentinels get another buy, and they're gonna just put that money back down into the gutter as G2 go for the throat again.
You have to escape with only 6 HP remaining on Bang. The best thing you can do right now for Sentinels. But look at the answer back of G2. Expense here towards the side of G2. Now this is an opening for Sen to go for the mid to B split.
They finally go through the door on this one. They've been tempting it. They've been trying. They squeeze through that choke point. Do they know jawgemo's in the back, though? The operator's
Yeah.
gonna be tough in that close spot.
The knife hit him. So they know he's towards that back. But they're wasting so much
They
time for
gotta take
Sentinels.
it.
Exactly. G2 could flip back in this fight.
There's one. There's no help for that.
Spike
One dry
down,
peek by
B.
Narrate to go in. A second one. They try to get a bit of util. The flash. Arcros goes down. jawgemo can't get another one. Sentinels finally dislodge him from the back of the site, but they don't know how close G2 is, and they're right on top of johnqt.
And so much time's been wasted. Trent might have salvos very soon. As I mentioned, he just has it up. Here comes the flood back into the site.
Always in the iPad for him. Ready to attack. Flash goes over. Hide from zekken keeps him safe. And he's the only one on stairs as Zellsis is trained on that lane side.
The only thing Sentinels has is his flash.
Flash turned.
One enemy remaining.
And that's going to be another round. Sentinels!
Jaw's just trying to find that timing.
There.
Oh,
That's narrate down. That's no salvos to open up.
Valyn and JonahP, you want to pop off here.
Valyn still has a flash to delay, and Jonah could throw a knife and even molly towards the tree.
30 seconds
One.
left.
Valyn starts the pop off. The fuse is lit here for G2. With overtime on the horizon, they have 5 members to retake this site from just the 3 of Sentinels. And Zellsis makes it 4 members of G2. Oh, he gets back on the other side of the wall. Huge play. Definitely not going to expect this. Maybe the timing is reset for jawgemo now, but Zellsis goes for the deeper reset here. And now he knows the drop is there. Zekken answers with 1. They're looking to take the round. Only 2 kills away. 1 more. It's just going to be it.